Hola, 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 amores. How are you guys? Oh my god, I've missed you guys. So, sorry I have not been uploading as frequently. I just have been chilling. I just needed a little break apart from doing other things. And in case you guys were wondering, in case you missed me, I got a lot of people inboxing me and emailing me saying when I'm gonna, do a YouTube video. And I don't like to feel forced to do, pretty much anything. So I don't like to feel like I'm like enslaved into my work, because that's not what this is about. This is about going with the energy and being guided to do it, and it's more real and it's more authentic that way. That is why I don't do zodiac signs, because I don't want to make it like an enslaving type of routine. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. But anyways, so we are going to do a divine masculine and divine feminine energy check-in to see what the current energies are, to see what's been on your mind, their mind, and your current feelings and their current feelings within the connection. And yeah, we will go from there, my loves. All right, so let me go ahead and cleanse my hands and spray some of my positive bitch spray. All right. All right, so first I want to start with the divine feminine. All right, so feminines, what have you been thinking and feeling when it comes to your connection with your divine masculine? So the first deck we're going to get into is one of my newest decks called Yours Truly. All right, so we're going to dive into this bad mama jamma right here. Okie dokie. Let's see, feminines. What are your current thoughts and emotions in regards to this connection? Let's see. Oh my gosh. See how they just keep falling out? Let's start with those so far. Interesting. Prove to me that you want it. Don't just say it. That's one of them. Okay. So maybe perhaps your person could be saying all kinds of things to you, or they had said, a million things to you. Like, I want this to work out. I do want us to have a family one day. You guys spoke about maybe even traveling together, Something tells me that either they could have told you that, yes, they do want to be in this connection with you, but they are still going through like a divorce or a separation from a karmic or from somebody else, or even if your person doesn't have anybody and they're just telling you all these things, but time is passing by and nothing is really like happening, right? So to you, you're just like, you know what? Prove to me that you want it. Don't just fucking say it. Like, show me, motherfucker, show me. And then we have, I do want you to stay, okay? So maybe the reason why this card is coming out, I'm picking up, is because maybe perhaps you could have gotten in your feels one day or one night, whatever, and you're just like, you know what? This connection isn't going anywhere. You were in your feels and shit, and you're like, I don't know about this connection. And maybe they responded to you like, if you want me to go, I'll go. If you don't want me to leave you, if you want me to leave you alone, I'll leave you alone. Like, just say it. And then you're just like, you took some time to calm down and relax. You needed to vent. Maybe you regretted certain things that you said. And then you're just like, yeah, I do want you to stay. I'm sorry for saying the things that I said. I'm picking up an energy of a feminine who lashed out at a masculine. Whether it's through email or text or social media, you know what I mean? Like saying that they're wasting your time or whatever. And it's like, you know what? Sorry, I do want you to stay. And I don't mean that. And it's not like in a way where you're like begging them or you sound desperate. No, it's more like I had all this building, all this emotion building up and bottling up inside of me that it just burst out. And so you know, usually that's a sign that communication is not being, you know, it's not being vented, you know. So I think you need to work on that. You and your person should consider working on that or talking about that, because then if you both are just getting used to bottling up emotions and certain things that bother you, things that you want, then nothing is going to get anywhere. And that's all it's going to be, is just bottled up, you know. And yes, it's easier said than done. Fuck, believe me. I know, okay? I know. Sometimes I got to remind myself of the own stuff that I be preaching, okay? You're not alone here. I'm part of the collective too. So here it says, I got a new fragrance just to wear for you, and getting all dolled up just for you. Dang, hunty. So listen, some of you guys are either coming into union and you have already communicated with your person, and you purchased a new perfume, fragrance just to wear for them because, you know, it's been a while since you've seen them, or, you know, you're continuously, you know, going out on dates with them or seeing them a lot more, and you just love the feeling of getting all dolled up just for them. And maybe you've been doing this a lot more lately, and probably because you said, hey, prove it to me, just, you know, don't just say it. And maybe that's what's happening, is maybe they are starting to prove it to you. For others that have not seen your person in a while, or it's on and off or very vague, you know, communication and seeing each other physically, I do definitely feel like you guys are going to start seeing each other a lot more. And you're getting excited by, you know, shopping for yourself, getting new fragrances, new like clothes, you know, because you want to, you like the feeling of it. It's exciting, you know what I mean? Springtime is here, and it just the energy overall feels very light. You know, that the heavy energy has lifted is what I'm picking up for the collective. Okay, it hasn't felt heavy in a very long time. Or actually, it's been feeling lighter the past week and a half. And it just feels a lot more different now. It feels better. It feels lighter. Here we have, let's make it official. Ooh, so somebody's serious here. You're like, okay, it's time to make it official. Or maybe this is something that's on your mind where you're like, I'm ready. Let's make it official. Maybe you're ready to take that next step. Maybe they are. They're probably going to offer you that. And you're like, okay, let's do it, you know. And then here it says, I want to make you my baby daddy. Ah, that's so funny because these two came out together. Let's make it official, and I want to make you my baby daddy. So, damn, girl, you look at you. You're getting all ready just so that you can have your little moment and be like, tonight is the first night you can start calling me your baby mama, because I know this shit's going to go down. You're like, call me your baby mama without them babies, okay? I freaking love it. All right, let's get a few more. It's getting fucking hard not to communicate. Yeah, you see, this is what I was talking about the whole bottling up emotions and stuff like that. So for those that have not been in communication with their person in a while, or something happened where, you know, you got in a fight, or there was, you know, just distance between you guys and stuff, or there were third parties or whatever, and you're in the midst of arguing or just giving each other the silent treatment, it's starting to get really difficult for you guys not to communicate, because maybe this has gone the longest since you've communicated. You know what I mean? And then other times it could be that it was like, so, you know, the days were close together, and now it's like it's becoming more further out, where you're like, fuck, now it's getting harder not to communicate. So for some of you guys are really missing your person because you haven't heard from them. It's been a while. You're like, okay, this has never happened. This is the longest we've been. I'm starting to worry. I got a new man in my life. Ooh, so for some of you girls, some of you feminines, listen, I feel like for those that have gotten tired of waiting, you know what I mean? Or got tired of the whole in and out or back and forth because, you know, they weren't going to leave their partner, or you just not gonna wait for them anymore. Maybe you got a new man in your life, and this new man is helping you move forward, right? And in their own little way, you know what I mean? And so maybe it's getting hard not to communicate. You could be like bonding with the new man in your life just to like kill time, but not like, I don't feel like you're using that person at all. I just feel like it's helping you not to fucking think too much about, you know, your boo, your divine masculine, to a point where it's driving you fucking crazy. You know what I mean? So maybe you dating somebody right now and feeling good and confident is actually helping you out, and helping you just to release and let go and allow things to unfold the way they're supposed to. Even if you have been sending messages to them and they're not responding and it's freaking you out or whatever, it's, you know, you're allowing yourself to date. Okay, let's get one more. I'm sorry for taking you for granted. Okay, so some of you feminines felt like maybe you took your DM for granted. Maybe for some, they were the ones that were trying to get with you. Maybe you were the married one. The roles could be reversed. Maybe you were the taken or married one and they were waiting on you. And nothing could have been like official until you actually separated or signed the papers or moved out, to be able to make it official. And for some, maybe you're like, now it's time to make it official because I'm ready, you know. I do want you to stay. I don't want you to go anywhere. And now I'm ready to, you know, put my whole all into this connection instead of just like trying to delay it or push it out and push it out and push it out. So, damn. Look at what's on the bottom of the deck. It sucks to see you with someone else. Look at that. So for my feminines that are dealing with the masculine who is with, you know, a karmic partner or with another love interest that's not you, maybe that's why you got a new man in your life, because you're like, okay, as soon as I see them, maybe you were waiting for them to move on for you to do it. You know what I mean? Maybe that's all it took for you to see or witness for you to finally be open to dating somebody else. But it fucking sucks, right? It sucks. Maybe they moved, for some they moved on because either they were trying with you and they couldn't get anywhere, or they felt like, well, she doesn't want me, she's not serious about this or whatever, so they moved on. And now you're like, fuck, I fucked up, I missed out, you know, I shouldn't have said certain things to make them believe that it was going to be anytime soon. And now you feel like shit because you're like, fuck, it sucks to see you with someone else now. So a lot of my feminines right now are suffering with that. Others, you guys are having a good old time because you're coming into union. And then there's that part of my other group of feminines that are communicating with your partner, but are giving each other the cold shoulder right now because something happened. So holy shit, there's a few different set of groups of feminines here that are dealing with different situations, which is, you know, how it usually is, right? So, so we'll get back to the feminine in a bit. Let's take a peek at what's going on with your divine masculine. Okay, I'm going to use my divine masculine within my head deck to see what's currently on their mind and their feels about this connection. Okay. Let's see. Oh my God, really? Come on. Interesting. We have please take me back. Maybe some of you guys are refusing. Maybe they feel like you're refusing them, right? It makes sense, especially if we had that card in the feminine deck that said, I'm sorry for taking you for granted. You took my love for granted. Oh my God, it's reminding me of the Mariah Carey song called Get the Fuck Out. I do miss cuddling and laughing with you. Okay, so this is interesting. So the first two cards that came out were these two, which is please take me back and I want to surprise you with something special. All right, so your masculine, for those that are in communication and seeing your DM, but there's like, you know, cold shoulder and there's a little argument or a little miss thing going on between you guys because it happens. No relationship is perfect. They're probably like, yeah, please take me back, you know, and you're like, all right, let's make it official now. Let's make it official, which is why that came out in the other deck. So this reaching out with the rose in its hand, that could be them like, hey, please take me back. Now I want to, you know, I want to surprise you with something special. And that something special could be like, okay, are we done arguing? Are we done, you know, doing the whole silent treatment shit? Now let's take this a step further, because the whole week or two or month or 6 months or whatever of us not talking really sucked, and it was hell, you know? And even if there was dating in between, it was horrible. So that right there could have like had to happen in order for them to say, that's it. I just want to marry you. That's it. I want to take it far now. Because they are missing you. They're missing the moments you guys share. It says, I do miss cuddling and laughing with you. I'm also picking up moments on the couch. Something about moments on the couch. And this is strange. Giggling and laughing through the drive-thru. I don't know if you guys have like your little drive-thru moments where you're ordering food and you're like play fighting or smiling. Something about like drive-thru moments. That's interesting. I'd never channeled that before, but that's coming through hard right now. Especially if your person has a beard. Then we also have, I still have inner anger issues that I need to resolve. Okay, maybe that for some, maybe that's why you guys were in separation. Maybe that's why there was arguments, because they got either too out of control or too angry. Or perhaps now you're mad at them. They projected all their bullshit onto you, that in return, now you have turned like them on some type of level and you don't even realize it. So you need to watch for that energy, because some of you may not even realize that that's happening. You know what I mean? So be very mindful of that. We have, I don't know where I'm going or what I'm doing. So I feel like a lot of masculines that are not currently in union with their feminine are feeling lost. Like, I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I want. I don't know where I'm going in life. Scratching their head, feeling clueless, no sense of direction. And not that they can't do that by themselves without their feminine. No, that's not what I'm saying. But it kind of seems like, you know, when they meet their divine feminine or more in communication, they have something to fight for and to work towards. It's kind of like encouragement, you know what I mean? And motivation. And so here it's like, oh, I don't have my motivation with me. I don't have my coach yelling in my face, telling me to get my shit straight. Like, where's my guidance? It's kind of like they lost their guidance in a way, and vice versa. You know, that's not going to be for everyone. Here it says, my queen, no one will ever take your crown. Okay, so because period. First of all, period. Yeah, so this is like your masculine giving you that reassurance that, look, don't worry about who I'm with, who I'm fucking around with, who I'm still with, who I haven't left yet. You know your place in my life, in my heart, in my soul. No one's gonna fucking replace that. No one's gonna replace you. No one is gonna take the crown from your head. Right? I'm hearing, don't worry about the servants. Oh my God. It reminds me of that show Rain. I don't know if you guys seen that show Rain. It's like these young, you know, little kings and queens. I forgot. I haven't really watched it, but I saw it once upon a time. It just reminds me of the show Rain for some reason. Or The Tudors, you know what I mean? Like, oh my God. Where he had his mane, but then like he was a little, he had wondering eyes, but he still was all about his queen. Anyways, it reminds me of one of those type of soap operas. Here it says, please marry me one sweet day. And as if you could see, she has a little flower crown on her head, right? So here your masculine's like, please marry me one sweet day. So your DM is looking at you like you are their future baby mama and future wifey, you know? So those thoughts have been crawling in their mind a lot lately. Most definitely right now. I don't know why. It just feels like it's stronger now. I'm seeing so many people getting pregnant now. A lot of weddings, a lot of pregnancies. The new generations are being born. I swear to you, a lot more soulmates are having babies right now. And I'm being channeled because I've been dreaming a lot about babies. And these babies are like, I don't want to say like superhumans, but these babies are more advanced, obviously, right? But something about their DNA and their genes, because a lot more people are awakening now in the world. So when you're you know, getting pregnant now, everything you're learning, your awakening, your meditation, everything that you're experiencing, it's like activating that DNA in your baby, and it's like charging and giving it light and electrifying it, like, I don't know, giving it energy and feeding it, and I guess it gives it more power. So I kept like having dreams of like supernatural babies with mega fucking gifts. I don't know, it's just so crazy. And I'm like, why the fuck am I having dreams about babies? And a lot of people in my family are pregnant right now. My sister's about to give birth. Like, she's already like, her baby wants to pop out already. And I kept joking around with her, like, hey, your baby's gonna have certain gifts. And I've never been wrong about my little nieces and nephews when it comes to like little features and all that stuff. I always saw my nieces and nephews, their features before they were born. They would look exactly as I saw them in my dream. It's kind of that, like, they were like, hey aunt, hey Titi Niece, because they call me Titi Niece because my name is Anais, so they call me Titi Niece. I'm Titi, not Tia. I'm Titi. So I have not yet seen my little baby nephew yet. He hasn't came to me in my dream. All others came to me. I'm just waiting for that little baby to say peekaboo. So here it says, I place you above others, the rest don't matter. Okay, so this is interesting. See, because here it says, my queen, no one will ever take your crown. All right. So this is, I'm telling you, this is like them saying, look, I place you above. And I'm not saying they're placing you above the bitches they're fucking right now, or that they're engaged. No, that's not what this is about. This is about, I place you above and have placed you above anybody that I've ever dealt with before. Because no one ever affected me the way that you have, which is why that crown is on your head spiritually. Okay? And that is why they want to marry you once a day. But yeah, you guys could have your differences, but I'm picking up that you guys are going to learn those differences through each other. It's kind of like, this is what I'm picking up. It's kind of like being put in a classroom for the first time, and you're like getting to know the person that's sitting next to you, and you could have a little crush on them or whatever. And you might not, you might even feel a little uncomfortable because, you know, you see they can be stinky, or they could just be weird, or they could be mean to you sometimes, and you don't even want to be next to them sometimes. And then after a while, it's like, oh my God, I hope I have you in my next class, meaning our next chapter, our next lifetime, because you've grown that bond and you got to know that person, in that type of level. You know what I mean? If you get what I'm saying. And so that's how it is in the connect with relationships. Like, you have to know every side to each other. You can't just throw in the towel when you're like, oh, you farted. I can't marry you. I'm sorry, I couldn't come up with anything else. But you know what the fuck I mean, right? Ooh, he's stinky. You need a Tic Tac. No. Anyways, we have the fun. You always know how to have a good time. So that's something that your masculine will always remember about you, feminine, is that you're the fun. You always know how to have a good fucking time. You bring out you just bring the party, you bring the fun, you bring the passion, without you, without them, without each other, there's no electricity, there's no fucking fire. It's like a motherfucking bonfire, it's crazy, It's like, you're the marshmallow to my motherfucking graham cracker or my chocolate. Okay, what do we have here? Motherfucker, you my s'more. Okay, so here we have, I've been thinking about getting a tattoo to represent you. So your DM is probably already got a tattoo to represent you in this connection, or they're thinking about currently getting it. For some, I'm picking up that both of you guys probably even entered a tattoo shop, or maybe even looked at tattoos together, or had a conversation about a tattoo to represent the connection. I've been seeing that a lot more lately too, like visually and collectively in my mind, energetically, that a lot of feminines will be getting like some type of tattoo that represents the connection. I'm not talking about fucking names. That's the worst thing you can do, is get a motherfucker tattooed on your name, on your skin. I'm talking about like a symbol or something that you are only aware of it. That's not too obvious, but something that's sacred to you, you know? So that's what I'm picking up. Like, I'm picking up maybe somebody, like a masculine, getting a blue rose that represents their divine feminine, you know? A blue rose that's on fire that represents eternal love. Stuff like that, you know? I'm also channeling a rose tattoo on a masculine's neck. Somebody has a rose tattoo on their neck. It could be a masculine. It could be, they could have muscles too. So the next card we have is, I just needed to escape everything and everyone. So if you're wondering where your DM went, if they disappeared, if you notice they haven't been on social media a lot lately, they just needed to be in hermit mode, okay? They needed to pull back. I don't feel like they were going through a transformation. It just felt like I needed a break. Just like me. I haven't posted on YouTube. It's not that I'm like going through shit. No, it's just like I didn't want it to feel forced. I didn't want it to be fucking fake. You know what I mean? So with the DM, it could be different, obviously. And I always get asked that, like, how do you know so much about DMs? You know, the decks that you make, it really feels like my DM is speaking to me, and I'm more masculine. Ever since my awakening, I have become more masculine than feminine. So this is why I know this shit, okay? Not only that, through experience and through the experience of my personal clients as well. So it's just crazy how it all comes together, you know? Because it's like we can relate to each other on a very soulful level because we're literally all part of the same energy, you know? Sometimes some motherfuckers can sway to the darker side or the negative side, you know, but you know it's all good. We snap out of that. All right, so then we have here, I'm honestly not good at this love stuff. So I can definitely hear Divine Masculine saying, you know what, look at that shit, he has muscles too. Ah, sexy, sexy. Oh my God, isn't it so hot when a masculine has like their little beanie on and these tight tees? Oh, it's my fucking favorite. Especially when they're all sweaty and shit. Okay, anyway, so somebody's DM could be the type of DM that they can look really like a pretty boy, very badass, very sexy, tattoos and everything, even if they don't. But on the inside, sometimes you can have the wrong idea about them because you're like, oh, they a fuckboy, they got a puto face or whatever. And really, it's like, no, maybe they're really not good at this whole love stuff. Maybe they're not very quite experienced, and here you think they are. And there's a group of masculines that you could just jump to conclusions about them sometimes because you think they're this and that based on your past experiences. But it's like, damn, you really don't know much, do you? Let me teach you, daddy. Let me teach you a little something, something. But then you got to watch what you teach them, because sometimes what you've been through, you could teach them the wrong fucking thing. So you better be very mindful of what you're training or teaching your DM how to be, especially if they're not really good at the whole love stuff. They don't know what they're doing. You know, they need that guidance. Some masculines like the women to be in charge, tell them what to do. They don't mind that, you know. Others, they're a little hard-headed or stubborn or whatever, you know. That's why there's different groups of masculines, thank God. Thank God. Pause for some water. All right, then we have you make me want to take a leap and jump. Look at this. So let's say, for instance, right, your DM was not the type, either you or your DM was not the type to be committed. They didn't see themselves getting married or settling down or anything, but then you come along and look how happy and playful they are together. It's like, oh, I'm about to jump. I'm leaping over on the side of the edge. Hey, look, no hands, 1 foot. You make me want to jump. I'm almost going to do it. That was a close call. Whatever it is, you make them want to do that. Nobody else has done it. And look at you. Knowing your fucking bitch ass, you're like, push. You're like, oops. And then before you know it, you're fucking pregnant. You know what I mean? So that's what they love about you, is that you're fun. You bring out you bring out their inner child, or their playful side. They're not too serious. You don't make it like forceful or forcing them to do anything they don't want to. That is why they see you as their future baby mama and wifey. So there you go. There you go. Okay. Ooh, so for the DMs that miss you, and for those that have not communicated with you in a while, I definitely see that the next time you guys come into union, they're going to want to go all in. And that's not for every DM, obviously, but for those that I am picking up, okay, I'm picking up like 50. I don't know why I'm seeing the number 50. Maybe they're 50 years old, or maybe a group of 50 masculines, or when they come into union with their divine feminine, they're going to want to go all in with them. Okay, so let's go back to the feminine, shall we? So I'm going to get into my divine feminine in the feels. All right, so what's been having you in the feels about your DM, the connection, whatever you're going through. All right, let's go ahead and give this a good shuffle. What are we at? 31. Let me turn this around because... All right, I had to turn this screen around. You guys like my little alien? I have my own little galaxy here going on. You know how to add the witch hat. Hello. And as you guys see, my shop now has the little tarot deck tin boxes. So it has the sticker in the front and it has it in the back as well. And yeah, all of my decks fit into here. You know what I mean? So even the ones that have 100 cards, they are so cute. Look at this shit. Yes, honey. Yes. We got the new backpacks too on there, and the new hats. So if you guys want to check that out, we also have the little tablecloths. So for those that don't know, you guys can check that out in my Etsy shop. Okay, dokie, schmokey. All right, so let's see what has been having you in your field, mama. Let's see. Something else. Did something else flip? Or am I tripping? All right. Ooh, we got the red card here. And there's only one red card in this whole entire deck. Okay? And this red card right here says, I'm ready to separate from my current partner. Wow. This is a feminine right here too. Okay, so this is about a divine feminine who is currently married or in a relationship with someone else. And, you know, maybe you felt like you took your DM for granted, or you lost them and now you're seeing them in another relationship and it makes you feel like shit and in your feels. Maybe that's what triggered you. Maybe that was it. You're like, I don't want another chicken in my coop, okay? So here you're like, I'm ready to separate from my current partner. I signed the papers, or I moved out. I'm ready. I'm ready to make it official with you now, which is why it came out in yours truly deck. Okay, so here it says, I'm trying my best to heal past issues. I know I can get in my feels and insecure, but believe me, I'm trying to rise above my old ways. Feminines, this is for those that, you know, you really do have to look at yourself in the mirror and say, I know there's times where I do stuff and say shit that has me questioning my behavior and the connection. And yes, sometimes it could be your fault. Other times it could be theirs. And then it's both of you, you know. And for those who have like really bad emotional issues that you lash out or project on your masculine whenever there's something, you know, something happens in the connection. You really are trying to heal whatever it is that you feel needs healing. Those insecurities, those fears that could sabotage your relationship or has sabotaged it before. And those insecurities, those little triggers, all that separation maybe taught you a lot about yourself. Maybe having to go through other, you know, dating cycles taught you a lot about yourself and how you are in relationships. You know what I mean? And so, yeah, maybe it took a long time for you to do that. And maybe you still are healing from that. Because we're constantly having to heal something. We're never like completely fully healed until we're fucking dead. I'm just kidding. But you know what I mean, right? So this is pretty much you saying, look, you know, you're trying your best to heal the past issues. And, you know, you can get in your feels and insecure, but you want them to believe you when you say you are trying to rise above your old ways and you're ready to prove yourself, or you're ready to show them a new evolved version of yourself. And so here it says, you put me through hell to test my love, and because of you, I am a phoenix rising. You see? So yeah, maybe you needed somebody to test you, to challenge you, to fucking push you beyond your breaking point, so that you can break away from those old ways. You know what I mean? And because of those lessons, those harsh lessons and challenges, you can rise up like a motherfucking phoenix. You're stronger and wiser than you've ever been. So it served its purpose, or it's serving its purpose. And here it says, number patterns are haunting me 24/7, and they all lead to you. Okay, so maybe you have been seeing maybe perhaps their birthday number everywhere, their license plate number everywhere. I mean, if you know their license by heart, you're a creep. Believe me, I know a lot of feminists that fucking know every detail like that. So let's say, for instance, oh, I've been seeing their birthday everywhere, or their mother's birthday everywhere, or their brother's. Or maybe perhaps the day that we saw each other or met, the first time we had sex, it was at this time, and I keep seeing that number. Oh my God, I've been horny. Maybe that means something. And it's like, all those tiny little details can make you crazy. And you're like, it all leads back to them. What does it mean? What does it mean? It's like, well, what are you feeling? What are you thinking and feeling at that moment when you see those number patterns? Because it does mean something. And sometimes looking it up is not going to resonate with how you're feeling about it. So you really got to personally, okay, personally write that shit down, because that's your memoir. That is your version of it, okay? Because not everybody's version is going to be your version. Remember that. This is some customized shit, okay? All right, what else do we have here? I know that I have many insecurities I must overcome, so please be patient with me. And we're just talking about that, right? Maybe this is something you had mentioned or said in the past, all right? And now look at you. Now look at you. You're like, bitch, I'm still toxic. What are you talking about? I'm just kidding. Ooh, these cards fell on the ground. Hold on. What are the two that fell? Let's see. Okay, so the two that came out is sexual desires are consuming my thoughts about you. Ooh, child, honey, honey. Have you been playing with your rose? Only those who have the toy will understand it. Oh, it's funny. I didn't even roll it. Have you been playing with your rose? Somebody just bought a rose, or they have a little sex toy. You know, the little rose pleasuring clit toy. Oh, my God, honey. But anyways, so perhaps maybe you find yourself masturbating, self-pleasuring a lot more than you used to because of those sexual urges that you're having. You know, one moment you're like doing your makeup or cooking, and suddenly, you know, Tinkerbell down there is like, ding, 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 ding. Suddenly you're like chilling, and all of a sudden your little being, you know, I call it Tinkerbell, is sitting there like, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, pay attention to me, play with me. Sorry, I had to. And then you're like, where the fuck are these sensations coming from? And sometimes it could be that your person is having those urges for you, or they're jerking off and thinking of you, looking at some photos or old photos of you if you sent them those type of things, or they're just fantasizing about you, and maybe it took them a while for that energy to get to you, but it finally reached you, and ooh la la says some. So yeah, a lot of you feminines have been consumed, taken, abducted by these thoughts. You have been abducted. All right, so here it says, I've been getting so many random downloads about you from spirit, and it drives me crazy trying to decode every single one. And this links up to the number patterns that we were talking about, because it's not only number patterns that you're getting, it's other things. It could be a specific animal that you're constantly seeing that reminds you of the connection and your mission. It could be all kinds of divine synchronicities, you know what I mean? And you're like a crazy person, like, oh my God, this resonates so much with the dream that I had, and now I'm seeing it here, or I heard this there, and now I'm hearing it here. And it's like, you're just like a fucking Da Vinci trying to decode all these things, you know what I mean? And it could drive you crazy. So believe me, been there, done that. Still happens to me sometimes. Now I'm just like, okay, cool, thanks, thank you. Thank you, next. No, I'm kidding. But you're just like, when you get used to it, you're like, I see what you did, spirit. Thank you. And you give it a little wink, right? I got you. It's like spirit reminding you, like, we still got you, girl. We still got you. So that's cute, right? It's cute. All right, now we're going to get into my Twin Flame Hunger Vampire Edition Oracle. All right. I don't think I've used this in a while, so I thought it was time. It felt right. Here we go. What is coming through? What is the hunger? What is the lust? What is the desire? Ooh, you really got a hold on me. That's what it literally says. You really got a hold on me. You guys are like, damn, they really got a hold on me. You just either love the way that they, oh my God. It feels like you can't stand the fact that they still have this strong hold on you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? Like, they just fucking take your soul. You know what I mean, though? Like, woo, this person really got a hold on you, and vice versa. Like, I feel like I see a masculine sitting there having a drink, or just like really reflecting, like, damn, she got me. She really fucking got me. What am I gonna do now? What do I do with all that? What do I do with all that getting? Oh man, it's like your energy is just wrapping around them, and you know, you feel their energy wrapping all around you. You can't escape it. I want to feed off of your energy. Look at that. And it's not meant in a negative way, because there's different versions of feeding off of something, right? So I feel like with this, it's like you're craving to be fed off of from your DM. Like, I want to feed you. I want to feed you my love. I want you to feed off of my love. I want you to feed off of my hunger for you. I want to satisfy you. And then they're like, I want you to satisfy me. I miss the way you satisfy me. The way that you make me hungry for you. That's the type of feeding that I'm talking about. And you're willing to allow them to feed. You know what I mean? I'm speaking in vampire terms. You'll get what I'm talking about. You're like, just take it. Oh, man. You're like, I'm going for the vein. Give you a vein to suck on. All right, so here we have sexual baptism, and the divine has an epic plan for us. Oh, child, do you see that? Sexual baptism? Excuse me? Ekumi? Look at that. So to me, this is the sexual urges, right, that have been consuming you. That means that your DM is hungering for you. They're hungering and lusting for you, desiring you. And so are you, which is you desiring them and needing to touch yourself and all that stuff, right? Because this sexual baptism, look at them covered in blood. To me, this is a representation of you guys covering yourselves in your sweat, in your juices, in your love, and all that together, right? Like literally baptizing each other in your own juices. This is what this card is representing. So there's definitely going to be that. This sacred union, I call it the sacred union and sacred sexual baptism of the divine feminine and masculine. And it's crazy how that sexual baptism card came out with the divine has an epic plan for you guys. So listen, sexual baptism and an epic plan. Oh, honey, sign me the fuck up. You know what I mean? So this is like a reminder, like, it's all good, honey. It's all good. We got you. That is why we're sending you those reminders, so you don't forget and that you don't, like, give up on the mission, you know? Okay. Ooh. Okay. I'm going to take that. Too many came out. And that's what I'm feeling like. For some, you're wondering, well, what's the mission? It's different for everyone, right? But I feel like most of the missions could be giving birth to like those extraterrestrial babies or those supernatural babies that are born from divine feminine and masculine. Ooh, honey, child. I will always find you. Look at this. I'm hearing this. I will always be there for you, baby. Because there's nobody else that can do the things you do. Forever, I'll always be true. So this is you saying, oh my God. And it's funny because this one came out afterwards. I'm trying to communicate with you and I will always find you. So to me, this is like you saying, it doesn't matter what lifetime we're in. It doesn't matter if we lose each other in this lifetime or if we lose contact and haven't heard from one another. Our souls are magnetic. Our hearts are magnetic. Our energy and frequency of finding each other are magnetic. So look at that. I will always find you and I'm trying to communicate with you. And it looks like a DM looking for the feminine in a phone book, right? But it's like trying to locate you. So it's crazy how these two came out back to back. You know, like no matter what, we're always going to be led to each other. Ooh, you see, when it's meant, honey, it's meant. When it's for real, it's forever. Don't forget about us. Okay, here is I am coming for you. Look at that. So fierce. Ready. Feminine, you are ready. Like, I will always find you. Ready or not, here the fuck I come. I'm coming. Ready or not, here I come. You can't hide. I'm gonna find you and suck your dangling. I'm just kidding. You know what I mean, though. Look at you. You could be on the hunt or on the search for them. But I don't mean physically. I mean, like, especially for those that, like, have not met your divine masculine yet. But you wake up every day craving and lusting. And you, like, you're in love already. But you don't know who the fuck you're in love with. Like, who the fuck am I in love with? I feel like I'm in love with someone. But I don't know who the fuck it is. And that's because your soul is sending out that vibration, that frequency, drawing in your counterpart, like, come to me, motherfucker, come to me, right? This is you. Your frequency is trying to find them, is hunting for them. And guess what? You will always find them and they will always find you. And guess what? They are also searching for you too. Okay? So your frequency, that magnetic energy, that's your way of bringing and finding each other closer and closer. especially if you're like, let's say for instance, you are so like drawn to move to a specific state. You're like, there's something about this state. I feel like I gotta move there. I feel like I gotta go. And you go and you end up meeting the fucking counterpart, like, you know, whenever the hell you move there, you know, and you're like, holy shit. It's because the frequency is drawing you in. So it draws you into different attractions to get there. Your energy is so contagious. Look at that. See? Your energy is contagious, feminine. Okay? So wherever you're at, people, either your energy either rubs off on people, they end up like talking like you or being like you, or your high energy is so contagious that it makes your DM want to do the same. All right? And that's what I feel like they love about you, Divine Feminine, is when you're in that high energy, you become very contagious and you spread that. It's like a fucking virus. You spread that light, happy, positive virus around, transforming the connection. Okay. So here we have, I pray for you, my love. Feminines, perhaps some of you guys have been hoping and praying, whether you met them or not, whether you're in communication or in union or not, a lot of you guys keep the prayers. You keep them in their prayers for their safety, for their happiness, for their abundance, for their awakening. Okay, because that's what an empress does. You know what I mean? To shield the connection and shield yourselves. A shield so powerful that's as strong as a firmament above. You know what I mean? Nothing can get through that shit. Especially when God shields it like that. So you're praying for the connection, for you guys to come into union safely at the right time, being in the right energy. Even if you're not in the right energy, somehow it'll work itself out, right? Here it says, you're constantly on my mind, seducing my memories. We talked about that, right? Ooh, that's interesting. There's also a snake being wrapped around her, okay? It's like seducing her. So the snake could represent, sometimes it could represent the transformation and the seduction and alluring energy of your divine masculine as he's going through those shifts and changes. It like seduces your mind, thinking about how your DM will be towards you when they're in this transformed energy and how amazing it's going to make you fucking feel. So just the thought of that seduces you, honey, like never before. Like, damn, I can't wait till my DM is like this with me and we're having, you know, we're fucking walking down the park holding hands with our little babies, our little fucking minions. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't always have to be sexual. It could just be you're seduced by the thought of you guys living happily ever after. Or toxically ever after. Whatever you prefer. Because believe me, I've done enough readings for people to know they don't want happily ever after. Sometimes their happily ever after is being happily in their toxic little bubble, and that's how they make it happen. But anyways, we're not judging nobody's love preferences or lifestyles, right? Here it says, your divinity awakens me. You see, feminine, your divinity, like I said, you're contagious, right? Your divinity helps awaken your masculine. Okay? You send off that frequency. And so that's your way of calling in your DM, and that's your DM's way of trying to look for you or getting closer to meeting you or coming into union with you when you're in this high frequency energy. Okay, so it's a beautiful message, especially if we have I pray for you, my love, and your divinity awakens me. Why? Because you are an empress and high priestess energy for yourself and for your DM. That's a dope ass fucking empress right there, right? Yes, honey, yes. All right, so we are gonna put that aside. Okay, so the last cards we are gonna pull, darling, are gonna be from my Divinely Connected Oracle, because we are hitting the 1 hour mark. All right, my Divinely Connected Oracle. See what messages do we have from Spirit in regards to this connection and from your DM and from you. I try not to worry about too much, but I try not to worry about you too much, but I do, right? Especially if feminines, you can't help but worry. So when you worry, you pray, right? Just like you say, I pray for you, my love. What makes you think your DM don't do the same? Sometimes it could be hard for you to believe, but I'm pretty sure they do. Like, I pray my Divine Feminine can stop acting so crazy. Or I pray that she can show me her titties. No, I'm just kidding. I pray that this connection works itself out the way it's supposed to, and that we make it through this connection. You know, it's different for everybody. But I definitely feel like this is coming from both of you. Both of you guys try not to worry about one another, but you can't help it because you care for each other. Think about this shit. If you didn't worry about them, that means you don't love them. If they don't worry about you, that means they don't care about you. Some people know, believe me though, some people know how to hide it really well, right? It's not easy pretending. All right, let's see, what else? The whole world can tell when we are apart. Time and distance mean nothing. Our love is everlasting. Aww, it's so cute. I love it. It kind of feels like, it reminds me like, I don't know why, Clash of the Titans in a way, or the gods and goddesses, where it's like you make an impact on the whole world. Like when the gods are angry, you could tell, you know, things happen. Shit happens, you know, for those that believe in, you know, Zeus and all that stuff. Like the whole world can tell when there's a tsunami happening or a worldwide disaster or whatever that's going on, like when there's something wrong, right? So it kind of feels like the whole world, everybody around you, like your personal world, their personal world, it's in metaphors, remember. Your guys' personal own little worlds can tell when you guys are apart. Because for one, you start to act different. They start to act different. So their peers and people, co-workers, family members can tell that there's something wrong with them, or they're acting a certain way. And the same thing goes for you too. They know when something's off or when you're going through something. Again, your whole world can tell when you guys are apart. Because you guys act a certain way. And this is a reminder. Time and distance mean nothing. Our love is everlasting. Wasn't I just talking about a blue flaming rose on a masculine that represents eternal love? Interesting. Awaken your spiritual gifts and talents to share and awaken the world. Look at that. So I feel like a lot of divine feminines and masculines are really tapping into their talented, skillful side and using your talents to create something amazing, like writing a book, maybe writing a book about your journey in this connection, your own personal touch to like a painting or a deck or a canvas or music, you know what I mean, or a poem. It could be anything at all, okay? I don't give a fuck if it's a dildo. I don't give a fuck, as long as it represents your journey, right? And it helps other people. It helps others get off. No, it helps others on their journey or whatever. It triggers you to step and tap into that because it's meant to be passed on, to share the knowledge, to spread the knowledge. And you just keep it going. You know what I mean? So don't hold back on your talents or on your gifts that you have. It doesn't matter if you don't think that it's worth it or you think it's weird. Honey, we need more weird in this world. All right? Nothing has to be perfect. Believe me, your weirdness can become fucking viral, or your weirdness could be what a group of collective people will need to survive because they're depressed, or because they're going through something, or because they feel like giving up in life and taking their own life. Your weirdness could help save somebody. So awaken your spiritual gifts and your talents to share and awaken and help the world. Okay? That is part of the mission. That is part of the beauty of being in this connection, right? And believe me, your connection does not have to be in the stage of rainbows and butterflies in order for you to tap into those things. You know what I mean? It's really much like beautiful things happen in the darkness. So when we're in that dark night of the soul where beautiful things happen. Or else what are we going to fucking create? Right? So here it says constant arguing and fighting means you have not learned the karmic lessons within the connection, which will keep you in a karmic loop until you do. Okay? So you got to remember, when there's constant arguing and fighting and it becomes toxic and stuff like that, and it continues, that means karmic lessons have not been learned, because you keep continue to argue or fight about the same shit. Once that stops and you're not like complaining or arguing about the same things that you guys were bitching about each other about, that's when you have learned certain karmic lessons. So it's telling you, it's going to keep you in the loop until you do. So ask yourself, do you want to continue? For those that are still stuck in that karmic pattern with your divine masculine, you got to pinpoint what that is and try to make a difference. Whether they don't do it or not. Remember, you're not them. You are your own person. Someone has to start somewhere, you know? Okay. Let's go ahead and get 2 more, and then we're going to wrap it up. Get ready. Times are about to get really difficult for us, okay? So this is for my feminines and masculines who have been seeing each other or have been in union, or perhaps maybe you've been in separation and you're about to find something out, or the connection's going to get really difficult, because that difficult moment is going to push you into where you need to be. Okay? Just like studying for a really horrible, hard exam, and you're like stressing out, like, oh my God, I don't think I'm going to make it, or I'm going to fail this test, or whatever, and it gets difficult. It could be stuff like that, little obstacles, challenges. They're going to push you guys to ascend and level up and help you grow. Oh, shit. Okay, there's 2. Oh. Wow. What was I just saying? That these challenges are going to help you guys in your future. Look what came out. We have a beautiful, happy future to look forward to together. Yes, hunty. So let these challenges be motivation for you to push through. Just remember, pretend you're working out. Pretend those tough moments are you fucking powering yourself up for a fight. You're like, I have a fight coming up. I have to gear up. I have to get myself in shape. Our connection, we're both gearing up to be in shape. We have a test. We have a fight coming up. Because that's going to lead to a beautiful, happy future together. And then last but not least, I love that we can respect each other's relationships, okay? So for some of you guys, for those that are in current relationships, and you have a connection with your divine masculine, and you met them while you guys were in other relationships, because that does happen. You love the fact that you both can understand and respect each other's relationship, okay? Yes, until it gets hard. Until it starts to get hard, because then when it starts to get hard, when you see that you respect each other's relationship, and then suddenly it starts to get hard, that's because that's your way of saying you outstayed your time in those relationships. It served its purpose, and now it's time for you both to come together, and it will become super challenging and hard until you do so. So that's when certain things start to become more challenging and difficult until you're pushed into to be together officially. So everybody's different, okay? All right, my loves. So